What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, and I'm so excited to be talking about one of my favorite bands of all time, U2, and my Top 5 albums from them. This was hard to whittle down because they have so many great albums. I'm just going to throw out there a couple of honorable mentions that almost made my Top 5 but didn't quite. The Unforgettable Fire and All That You Can't Leave Behind. I know a lot of people would have those in their top 5 probably, but hey, this is my opinion. Let's get right to it. At number 5, Pop from 1997. I know this is an album that a lot of people are torn on. A lot of people really don't like this album because this was U2 trying to go yet again into another direction in the 90s. They had successfully done it on Oktong Baby in 91. As they called it, chopping down the Joshua Tree and going into different sonic explorations. And again, here, they were kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit into more of a techno era, especially with the first 3 or 4 tracks on the record. And that's where I think they actually really shine on songs like Discotheque and Mofo are very cool and ahead of their time. And I think if people really kind of put down their expectations at the time, they would have found this album more favorable when it came out. Of course, the whole Pop Mart tour was like a disaster and everything, but there's some really cool gems on here, especially the rocker Gone on side B is just like an essential U2 song and so cool to see them play live. So yeah, had to have it in my top 5. So now at number 4, No Line on the Horizon from 2009. Such a cool return to form for the band. I think this is really just some of their top quality from the opening title track, which has this really cool vibe to it. It's kind of like they took their best sound from Oktong Baby and Joshua Tree, put it in a blender, and it came out with songs like Magnificent, which truly is a magnificent track. Really underrated songs on here like Breathe, another great rocker, and then you got Moment of Surrender, a really beautiful slow burner. Man, I wish I had gotten to see them on this tour. I have never seen U2 live in concert, and that's got to change whenever the pandemic is over, and hopefully they tour again on a good album like this one. But I came this close, but didn't happen. So yeah, had to have this at number 4. Now at number 3, War from 1983. Absolutely. I mean, this was such a breakthrough record, especially because of Sunday Bloody Sunday. Such an awesome rocker. Just when those drums kick in, you're like, oh yeah, and then the guitar riff, and it's just one of the most iconic songs. To this day, they still play it live in concert. And then, of course, New Year's Day, another amazing track that is so ahead of its time. The way that the Edge played the piano on that thing, it just had this huge wall of sound, and Bono's voice never better. Just for those 2 songs alone, you've got to have this on your top 5. And yeah, that is awesome. So now at number 2, The Joshua Tree from 1987. A lot of you would probably put this at your number 1, and I don't blame you. It's a very close number 2 for me. I mean, come on. The first 3 songs on this record, Where the Streets Have No Name, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, and With or Without You are some of the best songs of that decade and of all time. And then really every song on this album is a standout, whether it's a hidden gem like In God's Country or, you know, every single track is just amazing. And I love that, you know, they kind of toured America going into this album, and it's there's so much imagery of, you know, the West, of the desert, and you see it in the image for the title with the Joshua Tree in the background, but you just really get you feel the imagery in the music, and it's still a powerful record today and still resonates with so many people, and you got to have it on your list. So now the obvious number one, Oktong Baby from 1991. I just give it the slight edge over the Joshua Tree because, you know, as great as Joshua Tree was, for them to about face and go a totally different direction for Oktong Baby and it become just as popular with their audience, and in my opinion, better musically. I mean, just sonically, when you listen to the bass is so propulsive on this record. Adam Clayton really took it up a notch on songs like Mysterious Ways, and really throughout the record. It has like a really cool industrial vibe to it. Of course, Brian Eno's production and Steve Lillywhite and Flood all came together and worked on this thing, but kudos has to go to the band who wrote their best song, and in my opinion, the greatest song of all time, period, One, which is just, it's hauntingly beautiful. It's, again, the bass line propels it. Just, there's nothing like this song, and Bono's impassioned vocals and lyrics about us all being one. It's just on another level, man. And, but yeah, I could go on and on about Oktong Baby. Reviewed it already on the channel, as well as Joshua Tree. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. But that's my top 5, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what would your top 5 be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because they've got plenty of great records. And I'm sure a lot of you are like, pop over Unforgettable Fire. I know, but that's just my taste. What can I say? Guys, top 5s every Friday, album reviews, top 100s, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.